So when we are citing using Mendeley, the first function is we have to add the citation. The bibliography has to be added separately. We will show how to change the citation style. You have sent your paper to a journal, it gets rejected, and you want to submit it to a new journal. Working on the bibliography is the first part. So Mendeley can do this very easily. Plus some other small functions, how to merge citations. We want to cite two authors or more than two authors. We just want to mention the year, or we want to add the page number. But as I've said, that, by the way, this is Edison, not anyone concerned with Mendeley. So we have to prepare the library first. We can do it manually, but there are easier ways from net searches and so on. And finally, we are going to show how to collaborate, how to share your bibliography, how to share folders, how to annotate documents, and so on. And lastly, we have the Mendeley website. These has some valuable information. The Otago site also gives a lot of screenshots to show how to perform the different functions. And of course, YouTube has got some very good tutorials. Okay, so I'm going to start now. Let me just finish a little bit of housekeeping. Okay. Okay. So the first thing is I'm going to open Mendeley. So I had already signed into Mendeley, but otherwise it will ask you to sign in, giving your email and password. Okay. You can see over here on the left hand side, I have the different folders. So for instance, I have submitted a report to ICSSR. These are the references. These are the citations for a paper on education that I had written. These are my papers. So I don't need to store it. I have the information, I have the PDFs. See, this indicates that the document has a PDF attached to it. So if I click on it, I can see the PDF. So I close this, I go back to the reference, and if I click on a particular citation, I can see the bibliographic information, right down to the DOI number, ISSN number, the volume page, and so on. Okay. So over here, we have the different functions. This button is very important. Sorry, this one. This is the synchronize. What I have now, what I've opened is simply the desktop version. But I have a counterpart of this in the cloud. So maybe I had worked in Presidency and I had added some citations in the desktop at my office. So when I come back home, I have to click on this. As you can see, the writing is synchronize your library with Mendeley Web. So once I click on this, I will get connected to the web, and the Presidency citation, which I had added in my office, will get downloaded over here. Okay. Now I'm opening a Word document and I'm starting to write a paper. Okay. So here I want to give a add a citation. So who are the people who are saying that Mendeley is a good reference manager? So I go to references, and you can see over here I have a insert citation. Plus what you have is, let me change this now. Okay. Okay. So my mouse is over here. I go to insert citation. See, a window opens. I can go to Mendeley and let me cite this paper. So I click on this once, and then I go to the inverted commas, send citation. I click on this. So it's formatting citation, and now it comes over here. Okay. So let me repeat this. I go to the place where I want to insert the citation. I've already opened Mendeley, so I don't need to open it again. Otherwise, I would have to click on this and log in. So since Mendeley is already open, I go to insert citation, click on this. It comes to Mendeley. I click on go to Mendeley. I go to the citation. See, if this is my papers, I can go to the appropriate folder. Let's say cancer and women, and I choose Barker's paper. Then after click on this once, it becomes blue. So I go to the double inverted comma. Sorry. I click on the citation and it comes over here. Sorry, I have to delete this. Okay. So what I've done is I've added only one citation. If I want, I could have added more than one citation. So the same step, insert citation, I go to Mendeley, I click on this page. I want to add all the three papers. So I've clicked on all of them, and now I click on send citation. So all the citations come. Okay. So I want to add the year. So I've already written Barker and Osmond. So I don't want the citation to be like this. I want just the year to come over here. So what I will do is I'm going to add just as in the earlier case. I'm adding Barker and Osmond, but I want just the year to come in. So Mendeley will allow this. I can select this. I press delete. And when I click outside, Mendeley asks me that, do you want to keep the manual edit or not? I say, okay, I keep it. Another way of doing this is I select the citation. Now look, previously this was insert citation. Now it is edit citation. So I click on this. So if I want, I can add additional references, right? But if I don't want, I simply press delete, then I press backspace. I'm sorry you can't see it, but if you delete the additional references and then press a backspace, you get this option. Okay. So what you can do is you can suppress author and click on OK. So now you have only the year. So let me repeat this. I want only the year over here. So I insert the citation, go to Mendeley, cite. Actually, the earlier citation is also coming up. Sorry. Okay. So now I click on this. I select the citation which I want to edit. Then I go, instead of insert citation, it is now edit citation. Okay, you can see Barker 86 and the search for additional references is highlighted. So I simply delete this first, right? Now I press the backspace once to remove this semicolon. So this window opens up. I can click on suppress author and I can click OK. Okay. Okay. So I have cited something and I want to add the page number, right? It's Barker and Osmond. Now I select this again. Again, I go to edit citation. I delete the search, backspace. See, I can put anything that I want. I can put the book, chapter, column, but I want to put the page number. Let's say the comment was made in page 45. If I want, I can suppress author also. Let me suppress author. So you can see 1986, 45, page 45. I'm using the American Political Science Association citation style. So it's written like this. Okay, so this is how we add citations in a book, in a paper. After we have finished writing the papers, we have, as you can see, we have 3 citations. I simply go to insert bibliography and I click on it. And 3 papers comes in. Okay, so I don't have to worry about anything. Now the problem is that I have used the American political science style. But most of you have come from the life science department or from other science departments, and it's likely that you will be going to publishing in a scientific journal. Let us say that we want to publish in Lancet. So I'm clicking on Lancet, and you can see automatically the style has changed. The citation style has changed. Over here, you can see not only the bibliography, we have gone to the Vancouver style. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1. See, Barker and Osborne were cited thrice. It was the first reference, so it has come 3 times. If you want some other style, which is not given over here, you can go to more styles. And these are the styles that I have downloaded. So I'll just show one style. American Social Association use this style. Then I click on done. So the style has changed. I can go to, let's say, health policy and planning, which is another paper. It's not a major change. So we can change the different styles. Another possibility is we can get more styles. So we are publishing in a journal where you have not published before. So you can search over here. So let us say we want to publish in science. See, well, we have different journals over here. Let's say we want to publish in um, this is a nice one, Antarctic Science. So we choose that and we can click on install. Sometimes a journal will also give the download style and they will give the URL. So you can put the URL over there and click on download. Okay, so we have gone to Antarctic Science, more styles. Sorry. So this is Antarctic Science. Use this style, done. You can see that the authors are now in capitals. You can see that instead of just 45, P.45 has come. So the citation style changes automatically. Okay, so let me stop over here. I'll minimize Word. And at this point, does anyone have any questions? If you have, please unmute yourself and ask. Okay, so I don't think there's any question. But as I've said, I have a library in hand. So I can just go on clicking. Now the question is, how do we add or create a library of references? So if you come down, you see there's an option, create folder. So I'll create a folder. I have to give a name. I'm calling it temp because I don't really need it at this point. And a folder called temp is created. Okay, let me open a PDF file. Mm, Yeah, so this is a paper. I can copy the title. So I click on file, add entry manually. So over here, you have the different styles, whether it's a book, whether it's a web page, working paper, and you have to choose the appropriate uh, option. So this is a journal article. I click on this, Control V, so the title comes, then the authors, lots of authors. I select them. Okay. And I have to delete the ones. Okay. So choose the options. See, remember that the author should come, if you have multiple authors, it should be in different lines. If you make it something like this, then you're going to face problem. So have it like this. Each author should be, after each author, click on enter once. So this is the is volume 2016. It doesn't have an issue number, so I just press the give a page number and whatever the year. I think it is. If I want, I could add the DOI also. It's accepted in 2016. So 2016. If I want, let me give an issue. Let me just change the volume number, make it 56. Okay, if I want, I can also add the abstract. I can add the URL where I downloaded it from, DOI, and so on. And then I click on save. You see, it comes over here. And if you click on it, you see the options. Sometimes you'll find that there are mistakes on this. So you can click on this, click on the entry. See, I'm clicking on journal. Now I can edit it. Suppose it was and was written like this. Okay. Suppose the year of publication was 18. So I'm typing this. It was not 1235, it was 120. So you can manually edit it even after you have added the entry to Mendeley. So this is the hard way. The good thing is over here. Let me see. So I drag this. And you can see at the bottom, it's synchronizing, it's updating the information. The author has come, title has come, year of publication, published in. Actually, it's a book. Yeah. So it's even identified that this is a book. So in case of a book, we don't have this. See, some of the items haven't come. The publisher, the city. Uh, it's not completed actually. Only 4 of 6 stars. The DOI has come. And you also have the entire PDF file. So actually it was a mistake. I shouldn't have used this. It's a pretty large book. So let me delete this. I'll stop canceling. So I'll show this again. I'm going to a folder and I have got. Yeah. So I'm clicking on this. I'm keeping the left button of the mouse depressed. I'm dragging this, click and drag. I'm releasing the mouse. Okay, so we have found 9 other PDF files. I don't want them. So I click on no. See, everything relevant has come. There was no issue, remember? But you can see that most of the information has been extracted, including the date that I had accessed this. The URL, everything is downloaded. So details are correct. So now my first entry is ready. If I want to introduce, import a large number of files, I can do this also. So I've got a collection of ebooks. Yeah, this is nice. It has got only 3 papers. So I come over here, Control A, so that all the files are selected, and I simply drag. So I've added 4 references. 1 reference I've added manually. 3 I have just clicked and drawn. You can see that the errors over here, objectives is obviously not the authors. So I have to correct this. So I just open this and you can see why we don't have the citations. The authors are not given at all. So it was a unwise decision. France also, these are basically excerpts of report. That's why the authors are not cited. Okay, but let's go to some other journal. No, this will not be useful. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, so I select on the papers that I want. And you can see that now the bibliographic entry is complete. Okay. So if I want to add, I can now add them in the to my paper. Insert citation. So I have to go to the appropriate folder. So I've selected one. I press Control and select another paper. I release Control. I click on citation. So I've got 2 papers. And you can see they've added it all since there are more than 2 authors. Okay. So I've shown you how to add an entry manually. You can also just click and drag. However, it can happen that you are going to you don't have the paper. You're just starting your work. So let me go to, okay, COVID is a nice title. Let me check on COVID plus lockdown. Okay. Or rather, let's check this. This will give more journal articles. COVID-19 plus mental health. So let me click on this. Or rather, this is a journal paper. I'll open in a new tab. And you can see that this is the paper. Okay. So if you go to the web, I'll show you how to install this later on. You will see that there's a Mendeley icon over here. So I click on the icon. So actually I'm using this for after a long time. So I have to sign in. Sorry. So my password. Okay. So over here, the first thing you should do is check your library. Okay. So you have the different folders. So I want to download it into the okay. Actually, temp will not come in because I've not synchronized it. Okay, so let me download it into a separate folder. I'm going to download it into Pronoi. And I'm going to click on add. So here the option is add PDF if available. So if you click on this, the PDF will also be downloaded. If you don't click on this, only the citation will be downloaded. However, we are downloading this citation by Betty Pfefferbaum into the cloud version of Mendeley, not into my desktop version. My desktop is still not ready. Let me just stop this because I want to update. Okay. So if I go to Pronoi, for instance, you can see that it was P. So you can download and check from here. Let's go to the P's. You can see there's a Pandey, there's a Panth, there's a Piketty, Pisu, but no Pfefferbaum. So the article which we have added does not appear into the Mendeley desktop. The reason is that we have not uh, synchronized. So let me synchronize once. You can see that it's sending new documents, it's synchronizing. You can see the progress over here. It's downloading files. It's also uploading the different files. And you can see that if you click on Pranay, you can see the reference that I added. This has been downloaded. Okay. So I'll just repeat what I've done. I did a Google search, which all of you know to do. It's nothing connected with Mendeley. I've come to a page where I have a journal article. So I click on this Mendeley icon. If necessary, the first time I do this, I have to log in. Then I select the folder over here. You can see temp still doesn't appear. The reason is that it's not been fully synchronized. So you have to choose the folder that you want. Be very careful, because if you click on the wrong folder, you will again have difficulty in locating your reference. So after you have clicked the folder, you should check the option whether you want the PDF or not. Add PDF if available. That means PDF is also going to be downloaded. Unselect this. So you're going to download only the references and then click on add. I've already added this, but if I want, I can add this reference also. And I'm going to add the PDF. So this is a paper by Green, and I'm adding it to the temp. Now I can add it to the temp folder. So if I want, I can select more than one paper. I'm selecting two papers. I'm clicking on add. And it's downloading the papers and citation. So you can see that what were the two papers? They were one paper by Green, the another was Caught in a Flare. So both the papers have been downloaded, and you can see the PDFs over here. So that means if you click on this, no, I think it was. No, I don't think it was. It is something else. But let me click on Green. Okay, so this is basically something else that has been downloaded. That's why we didn't get it. Maybe only the uh, consent form was downloadable, not the entire form. That's why it didn't come. Okay, but I hope you understand the basic principle of how to download something from the net directly. Some of you go for searches also. So let's go to Pubmed. I come to Pubmed, and I put in the search term. So I get the references. So I select them. I select these four papers. Then I click on save. So selection. If I want, I could choose all the results of this page, but I'm choosing only the selections. Format, be very careful. We have to, I'm using the Pubmed format. So I click on Pubmed, and then I create a file. So it is, what it has done is created a citation in a Pubmed file. So I have to save this first. So I'm saving this. Let's see, this is the desktop. And remember the name, Pubmed Jetisort. So I click on save, and it got saved. Let me come to Mendeley now. I go to file. I go to import. So you can see the different options. So I click on this. I click on all supported formats. I go to desktop. Let me see. It was Pubmed, so it's a little below. Here. Here's this. So I select this and I press open. So the references have come over here. These are the two references that I've imported, downloaded from Pubmed. And you can see that I've imported only the citation information, not the PDF files. Okay. So in a similar way, you can also download from Scopus, or I don't know about JSTOR. I don't think JSTOR, we can use JSTOR to import it, but you can import it from some of the scientific search engines. So at this point, is it clear, or shall I repeat any of the last parts?
So it's clear.
Okay.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, I have a small
Yes.
doubt. The thing is, I
Yeah.
have been using Zotero for the past 2-3 months. Now, suppose if I have, say, a hard copy of a book, I don't have a PDF of it. Now, how do I add that in Mendeley? Like in case of Zotero, just entering the ISBN number does the work. So in Mendeley, is there any such scope, or do I have to manually enter all the details?
Yeah, you can do that in Pubmed, sorry, in Mendeley also. I'll show this now. So what you do is, okay, first let's find out the information. Uh, Pubmed. So basically, I need a ISBN number. Okay, so this is the number. It's starting from 10. But if you go to JSTOR, hmm, there's something I want to show to you. Hmm, yeah, see over here, the URL starts from HTTPS. So if sometimes in case of Do, you will see that you have this HTTPS www. So that should not be added. You have to click on only the numbered part. So like over here, there's no problem. I can select this, right? And remember the journal page, it's new framework of JetSort index. So I go to add file. Sorry, it's not add file. I go to add entry manually. It's a journal article. So I have the UI, I click it over here and I ask it to search. See, I have the new framework. I have the journal reference. I can save this now. Okay. So in case of a book, what you have to do is, of course, you can add it manually, but you can also click on add manually change this to book. Sorry, here's the DOI. You type in the DOI and you click on this part, the search. So the book should come and the citation style should be added to it. But remember that only the bibliographic information will be added. Like over here, we have the option of downloading the book. I don't think you will be able to do that.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now over here, you can see that I initially added Chen. So this is one new framework. But when I wanted to show the how to use the DOI, I again added it. So I've got two entries of Chen. So I click on Chen, I keep control down, and I click on Chen. And now an option comes, merge documents. So I said yes, merge documents. And now I have, which is more confident. So I look at this, this has all the information. So I click on confirm merge. And now you can see uh, there's only one Chen. This one. This is another different article by Chen. It's also by Chen, but in fact it's Huiji Chen, not Yang Wan Chen. Okay. So what I've done is I've shown you how you can write a paper using Mendeley. So this is Mendeley as a referencing manager. You can download PDFs. You can see that you can. Actually, this is creating the problem. It's a book. No, it's a paper. So let me see if I can click it. Yes, I can see the paper. Okay. Now the problem is that when we are writing up, before writing a paper, we go through a lot of works, studies, and well, what I do is I take a piece of paper, I scribble the relevant pieces. Okay, this paper, I want this part. And after finishing everything, I tend to lose the paper. So all my hard work has gone off. But what you can do over here is you can add to the note. So yeah, over here, you can highlight. So suppose I feel that this information is very important. So I can highlight this over here. Then I can say, add this to policy discussion in conclusion. Okay. So now I can simply now see, I know that I'm working on these 5 files, the files which are given in these folders. When I'm using writing the particular paper, I'm using these references. So I can go back field. Maybe I'll have to do a little bit of searching, but I can go back. And now I know if I click on notes, I know that, okay, what is the piece that I want? What are the lines that I want? Why do I want this paper? Okay, I can click on these. I can highlight these. So you've got different options. You can choose pink for highlighting. You can add a note to a particular section. This is, see, this one is a general note. So you can write over here your summary of the note. Why you require the paper. So this is a discussion of how the aged faces pandemics. But over here, this is some data required data to be added to introduction. So if you want, you can change the styles, you can delete this, and so on. So now you can see the options over here have changed. This is select text, select rectangle. So if I select a rectangle, it will be something like this. So this is span, this is add a note, you're highlighting text, you're highlighting a rectangle. Let me see. Ah, highlight rectangle. Right, I've highlighted this. You can choose the color over here, zoom out, zoom in. So you can change, this is, you're going to full screen, and this is the online help. And you can synchronize this. That is the main part. You should always do this at regular intervals, because what I'm doing right now is being saved only in my Mendeley desktop. So I cannot, someone else cannot access this. If I leave my room, if I leave this desktop, I cannot access this. Okay. So any questions about this? So right now, I'm showing you how to work on Mendeley if you're in isolation. In the next part, I'll come to the networking part. Yeah. Tanusri, do you have a question? You have unmuted yourself. Okay, then I'll continue. So you can do anything that you want with this paper. You can make notes like this so that you don't forget. And once you're finished, close it and then synchronize this. Now, as I've said, you can use this information. If you synchronize this, you can go to some other place and you can access Mendeley. But suppose you want to work with a collaborator. It can be your supervisor, it can be your friend, anyone. So in that case, what you can do is you have to create groups. So click on create group. So you have to name your group. So I'm creating a temp. So you describe a group. So what you should actually do is you should give details of your projects. Then is it invite only? So it's an open discussion. Anyone can join. So if someone gets hold of this, there's no problem. They can add material to it. But it's better to go for uh, private. So once I go to private, I click on create group. And then it says, that, okay, who are the members in this group? So I can add the email IDs now, or I can skip and I can add the email IDs later on. So the temp has been created. I can rename the group. I can edit the settings. So who are the members? So you can see that a temporary wage page has been created. So about the group, I can edit and over here, I can invite members. So I can type in the email IDs later on. I don't want to do it now. I'm closing this. So what you can do over here is You can share posts. It becomes a sort of Facebook where you can interchange ideas within your research group. You can attach documents and so on. So over here, you can share documents, you can share folders, and so on. Okay. Let's see if I can share this. Okay. So once you attach the documents, um, you can also share your notes. The Now one problem is that if you want to work in a Word document, Mendeley cannot do this. In fact, it is better if you don't use Mendeley to share Word documents. In fact, if you want to share documents, I'll show you how to do it. It's better if you want a full scale collaboration. It's better if you go for Google Docs. Otherwise, if you're writing a paper, what you can do is you can divide up the sections. Everyone writes the section and adds the Mendeley bibliography to it. And you have a master person who collects everything and then simply pastes the everything together. Uh, if you have a Word file which has used Mendeley, then it is better not to share in Dropbox. The reason is that in some cases the formatting may be disturbed. If you want to share, it is better if you do it in if you share using emails. Uh, Actually, I have kept it in Word. It has none of the documents have been damaged, but Mendeley warns us not to do it. So in the initial stages, you can keep it in Dropbox and share the Dropbox so that everyone can see and collaborate in the document. But remember that Mendeley does not allow uh, a common Word document like Google Docs, where you can come in and someone writes, another person comes in and edits the document. If you want to use Mendeley jointly, you have to write separate sections. So Mendeley as a social site is, as a networking is, you can share documents, you can share comments, you can write a paper and finally create a master document where you have the different bibliography. But as you can see, Mendeley has some limitations so far as the sharing of Word documents collaboration is concerned. Okay. Now I won't stop presenting, but more or less my discussion is over. And if there's some areas in which you want to elaborate, some of you have used Mendeley before but have faced some problems. So in such cases, you can ask questions on specific issues. So please unmute yourself and ask the questions.
Sir,
Yes.
while you were talking, I was trying to do the thing in Word.
Oh, sorry. I've forgotten the main things.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, be- before when you're starting with Mendeley, you should do two things. First is, you- see here, it's uninstall MS Word plugin. But when you open Mendeley, it will be install MS Word plugin. So just click on this once. When Word is closed, keep Word closed and click on this. A plugin will get installed it automatically. So this part of the options will is not automatically available in Word. Word
So,
has its own reference manager. Yes.
sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
There is some error that is throwing when I'm trying to install the MS Word plugin.
What is the message that is coming?
Mendeley was not able to find Microsoft Word on this computer. If you do not have Microsoft Word 2010 installed, which I do have, then it is saying it may be a click to run version which is not currently supported.
Sorry, what was the last part? It is a
If you do not have
yeah.
Microsoft Word 2010 installed, it may be a click to run version which is not currently supported. Click to run version.
Okay. Hmm. Well, I haven't faced this problem. Uh, may I know whose problem is it?
Sir Richa.
Oh, Richa.
Yes, sir.
Uh, it may be a problem with your Word, with the
Hello,
installation of
sir.
Word. Yes.
Sir, may I have a suggestion that
Yeah.
in this case, maybe the Word file or the Microsoft Office is not properly
Install.
activated or something like that. It is not. It is an activation problem. If we are using the pirated copy or just some kind of a pre-activated installed
Mm,
copy,
mm.
this problem will come. It was
No, it's
happening.
neither of the case. Mine is a proper officially
It
downloaded
has
and
been
installed.
activated. It has been not just download or installed. It has is it activated with the proper key,
Yes,
purchased
yes,
key?
it is indeed.
Okay, then this problem should not become, because I have faced this same kind of problem with my Office 2019, and
Okay,
after I have installed the proper purchased key to activate that, and after that the problem will be and the problem was resolved.
Was
So I
resolved.
think you can do that thing. You can just uninstall Office, and if you have entered the purchased key, then it should be linked with your email, and you can just sign out from your Office, and next again sign in. Maybe the problem, maybe it will be resolved.
okay, I'll try that once again. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, some of the students had problems with this Word plugin, but in their cases, it was a pirated version of Word. Uh, Another
Sir,
thing,
sir,
no, just one thing. When did you last try?
Sir, just now, before the meeting started, I have been trying since then.
Have
But
you updated
after,
Mendeley?
yes, I have.
Okay, because there was a bug which Mendeley has taken care of.
Because you sent the link again, so I
Yeah.
downloaded and
Okay.
reinstalled Mendeley.
Then I think it's a Word problem, as Nirajan
Okay,
is saying. Yeah.
okay.
What
I'll
was the
just
other question? What was the other question, please? Someone was saying something.
yeah, hello.
Yes.
Yes, I'm audible.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, sir, actually, I'm using a pirated copy of Word version, but still, this plugin problem didn't arise in my case. I'm still using this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also
Okay,
using a
okay,
pirated version.
okay.
Yeah, but
Maybe,
still, it's
maybe.
functioning. There is not any plugin problem is coming towards my Word.
Okay, but in my case, I was faced the problem. That's why I have just told that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, Nirajan. Uh,
Yes, sir.
Initially, Mendeley had a bug with MS Word 10, the
Okay,
last
sir.
2010. But in this version, the one that I've asked you to download, that bug was taken care of.
Okay, sir. Okay. Even
So
sir, if we now go to the Mendeley official site, there is another new Mendeley version, and just I have also downloaded that thing, but and it is little bit a different kind of a thing. The reference manager is just shifted to the left in the word, and that was a little bit tricky one. That is like they are saying about the new type of a Mendeley version is also available is there, but to me it was a little bit tricky one.
Okay, I downloaded this today, but okay, I mean, if you can show your version later on, we can try to see exactly what problem you have. Acha, another thing that I've forgotten to tell you was you have to install the Word plugin. There's another thing, install Web Importer. So if you click on this, the Web Importer will come and you have the options. Whether you want it for Edge or whether you want it for Firefox, whether you want it for Chrome. So I have found that it's easier in Chrome. In Firefox, I faced a lot of problem and was able to install the plugin only with great difficulty. So it's best if you go for Chrome. But uh, whatever you do, you will see that a small icon will come over here. I'm going to open Chrome, so you can hopefully you'll be able to see. Uh, where's my Chrome? Yeah, you can see over here that you have to click over here. You'll be asked to log into Mendeley. So this is the cloud Mendeley. And after that, you can add citations. So this is the cloud web importer, and this is a one-click save to Mendeley. So after you've logged into Mendeley, if you just click this, it will get downloaded into the folder. So before working with Mendeley, you have to download these two options. Otherwise, you will not be able to work with Mendeley. Okay, any other question? And you will find that Mendeley is user friendly and it's got a lot of material in the web. So you can just go to YouTube and search for Mendeley, how to do this, how to do that. And YouTube will be a very good guide. What I've done is to give you a flavor of what Mendeley can do. It covers most of the functions, but I'm sure that you will forget it. Experiment, that's the best way to learn. Otherwise, go to YouTube, Google for it,